So welcome back. You're going to enjoy this. If you're one of those people that likes to sell your own property, well, let's talk about selling property by the owner. So let's do that. For some reason, real estate bargain hunters and investors seem to think that real estate agents and brokers don't work very hard, so they just plan to do this themselves. Well, bargain hunters may be making a mistake because you're not always going to be able to do this job better yourself. If you're going to sell and you're going to be a for sale by owner, then you're going to have to do an awful lot of things. Now, I admit that no one is any more motivated to sell the property than the owner. I admit that. But there's a lot of things that need to take place to get the property sold. So the seller probably has a bundle of money in the deal. If that's you, I understand it. You got a lot of bills to pay, and the bill collectors are calling you. You want to get it done. I'm not suggesting you don't get it done, but I'm suggesting you use as much help as you can. So I'm going to answer a lot of questions about for sale by owner, FSBO, which really stands for just what I said, for sale by owner. All right, nothing wrong with that. However, use as much help as you possibly can. Now, this is very, very doable. It's not a difficult thing to do, but you need to make a plan, and then you have to follow your plan. And that means you're going to have to do the same thing repetitiously in many parts of the market. Now, it's not difficult, but it does take a little time. So in the 30 years that I've been involved in real estate, probably the biggest thing I've ever seen that causes people problems is they have a problem trying to sell the property, okay? Now, if you are in business like I am with using tax deeds and tax deeds as a revenue producer, we know that if we're going to sell these tax deed properties, we're going to let the world know about it. So you can do all this yourself, or you can get helpers doing it. It's not the most expeditious way to do it by doing it yourself. Now, you should do your first couple by yourself so that you know exactly what needs to be done. I'm going to tell you that broker agents are really worth their money, and they really do work pretty hard. So the real world in selling requires that you do many things repetitiously, and that you just keep doing it until you finally get the property sold. And I'm going to go over those things now so that you'll have some idea. Now, if you are going to hire a broker, hire the busiest broker you can find. Don't find someone that's hanging around the office. Don't find someone that's a brand new agent. Find someone that's really busy, because they'll have contacts and they're really working at this and they're dedicated. So experienced help, I've found, is the best way to do this. All right. Now, when you're buying real estate and you're buying it in the regular market, you're trying to always get the best deal. My clients are all bargain hunters. What are they looking for? They're looking for properties that they can buy at tax defaulted auctions. So they want to buy 60, 70, 80% off the list price. Well, if that's the case, they have a competitive advantage, but they still have a challenge in selling the property. Now, why do they have a challenge? Well, just like you, everybody wants to go fix the property up and spend a lot of time. But I've discovered that if you're going to be in a business where you can buy it low and you've got margin to the selling, that you could sell it low, that's going to be your number one competitive advantage. So you want to let the market know that you want to do that, and so you're going to have to advertise. Now, can you just put a sign on the front lawn? Yes. Can you put a sign on the front lawn that says you're going to give a big discount? Yes, you can do those. But the problem is what's happening now. The only people that know are the people that drive by. So if you want to buy property at auctions, you're going to buy them 60, 70, 80% below the market, so you've got plenty of margin, but you're going to have to let people know that you're going to sell that property. So what did Walmart do? What does Costco do? What does Target do? They all do the same thing. They buy it low. They want to have a lot of margin between what they bought it for and the selling price. And if that's the case, they've got to let the world know about it. So they use all the traditional things like television, newspapers, flyers. They let people know. They're always constantly letting people know that they have something to sell. Well, maybe they're just doing it on Facebook groups, or maybe they're just doing it on the internet, but they're letting the world know. Now, letting the world know is a big deal. You see, if you've got a property that you can sell and it's a bargain price, and you got someone standing in front of it, well, that's really nice, because now they can see your ugly sign. They can see that you bought it low and you're selling it low. They can see all that. However, most people aren't seeing your property. So what are you going to do about that? You're going to have to let the world know about the property being available. So you have to take the property to them. Now, how do you take it to them? That means you're going to be a marketer. Otherwise, you're not going to sell. Okay? Most buyers are going to be unaware that your property is available. So what are you going to do to let them know that the property is available. Are you going to put it in the newspaper? That's okay. Are you going to put it online? That's okay. Are you going to put it in a Facebook group? That's okay. Are you going to put it on other electronic sites? Yes, that's okay. Are you going to hire a broker and beg the broker to put it on the multiple listing system? Yes, you're going to have to do that and much, much more. The signs on the front lawn are going to be very good, but can you get all the things that you want to say on that sign? Probably not. You'll probably get some terms, but you're not going to be able to get all the conditions. You're not going to be able to tell them about installment sale. So my point is, you need numerous postings, and you need to be in numerous places. How are you going to do all that? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's got to be continuous. If it's not continuous, it's not going to work. So what's wrong with penny savers? How about doing flyers in the neighborhood? So if you're going to do flyers in the neighborhood, if you put them in the mailbox, I can assure you, you're going to hear from the postmaster. So if you deliver them to the house and put them on the doorknob or whatever. So I've had big time success doing a number of things. Number one, I price it right. Number two, I let everybody know it's an installment sale. Next thing I do is I let all the neighbors know about it. Next thing, I go on every electronic site that's possible. You're getting the idea. I'm going to do a lot of things, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it until I sell. So Craigslist needs to be renewed from time to time. You can't just put it on there once. So many other listings will come along, you'll be buried. So you need to keep reposting it. You have to do the same thing with eBay. eBay will, if you're doing real good pictures, eBay will help you sell it because people buy from those pictures. What about having a drone? You could have a drone and you could have pictures taken and you could put them on a website. And you could advertise a website. Personal opinion is the more things that you do, the better chance you have selling the property. Now, a lot of people are going to go shopping. A lot of people are going to go to local merchants. And when they do that, if you can have flyers there and you can put things on the bulletin board, that's going to help you out. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but you have to do a lot to get the property in front of the people. You see, if you're priced right and nobody knows about it, it's not going to do you any good. So you need to let the world know that you have this property. Now, how do you do that? Talk to the neighbors. What's wrong with that? Those people may have kids that want to move back into the neighborhood. In other words, kids have grown up, now they want a house in that same neighborhood. Well, they might have relatives. I don't know what they have, but the point is you need to let everybody know possible that you're willing to sell this house and you're willing to make a great deal of it. It's just not going to happen by someone walking by and getting the property sold. Now, there are people out cruising around looking for signs, but they're not the major part of the market. All right, so don't just leave a little business card somewhere. Leave a flyer. Describe it. Describe the value. Describe the installment sale. Describe anything about the neighborhood that's important. Even talk about the schools. Now, some people won't hire a broker. Why? Because they don't want to pay them. They don't think they do any work. Well, I don't care whether it's male or female. Those people that are selling are working at it all the time. Now, you can take 6 months to sell, and now you've used up all your money paying the heat bill, the taxes, and whatever. Rather than that, why don't you pay the broker and let the broker help you? Did I say that you were going to do the job or the broker was going to? It's for sale by owner. You're the owner, so you need to do that work. That doesn't mean you're going to cut a broker out if they bring you a person. Now, there's many people that don't want to talk to you. Why don't they want to talk to you? Because they're afraid if you show them the house and you say no, that you're going to be confrontational. So they don't want to have that confrontation. However, they will more than likely be happy to use a broker. Why? Because they know the broker gets turned down and gets a no answer every single day. So they say no, they don't want it, and they walk away, and both parties are happy. There's lots of reasons to have a broker, but the biggest reason is they're going to help you sell the property, and they're going to help you sell the property quickly. All right, now the broker has status in the community. Not only do many of them have their own little black book of investors that want property, but many of them are well known and they can ask other brokers, what do you think about this property? Can you do something with it? So the point is you need exposure. And the way you get exposure is you market the property. So for sale by owner, FSBO, doesn't mean you stick a sign in the front lawn and sit. That's what most people do. They stick a sign in the front lawn and think everybody's going to call them because they're going to save money. Well, you're not interested in saving that money. You're interested in selling the property. If you're interested in selling the property, make sure that you made your money when you bought it so that you have plenty of money to do whatever repairs are necessary if you're going to do that, but you have enough money to pay a broker so this whole thing will work. All right, now the potential buyers are never going to call you up at 9 o'clock in the morning and say, come and show us at 10. They only call, it's the rules, The rules are when you're out to dinner at your favorite restaurant, that's when they'll call. Now, you're going to stop that favorite dinner? No, you're going to put them off and you'll never make the sale. However, if you had a broker, the broker would go out and make the deal. All right, so my point is, FSBO is fine, but you need to do the work and help the broker get the property sold. My name is Ted Thomas. I'll see you on the next video. Right below me is a free gift for you.